The following program is rated G and is suitable for viewing by all ages.
Hi there, friends. This is Wendy back again. I'm with Renee and
Neil Martens from
Neil
19
Martens.
Okanagan Grill and Bar.
Thank you. It's good to have friends that will fill in for your gaps.
Well, you know.
Yeah, we'll all take care of each other now. So we're here in, what dining room is this?
This is our
event?
private dining room, yeah.
So beautiful. You've got a bay window over there and you can see the mountains and the golf course.
And the lake.
And the lake, yeah, can't forget the lake, right? If you're in real estate, what does that put another 50,000 on your house? if you
Probably
can
more
see
than
it?
that now, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, another million if you can see the
Yeah,
lake.
really, hey?
Yeah, even a tiny fragment. So we are going to be going through some of your menu items.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get to that, I want to hear a little bit more about you.
Sure, okay.
So are you from the Okanagan?
I grew up in the quaint little community of Salmon Arm.
Okay.
I moved to Kelowna in 1989, worked with my mentor and dear friend Brad Atwood at Earl's on Top for 6 years.
Okay.
Moved to Joey Tomatoes, it was called at the time.
Right.
And worked at the Tomato Palace for 6 years as a general manager.
Was that the inside name? The
That was
Tomato
what I called
Palace?
it, yes, indeed. And that was a fun, fantastic 12 years of my life. I basically call it the University of Earls.
Okay.
And then I spent 15 months, 3 days, and 12 hours at Summerhill Winery, and then moved here 20 years ago.
How long?
15 months, 3 days, and 12 hours.
Wow, that sounds like you were timing it. Okay.
I was timing it towards the end, yes. Very
time.
interesting environment there. Wonderful people and a great spot. Learned a lot, but
It's
it was time to move.
Beautiful
Yeah.
location.
It really is. Yeah.
And now you've been here at
Just over
19.
20 years.
Okay. So Renee and I were talking on the way here about how I'm not awesome at math, but it seems like you should be about 70.
I am about 70. No, I'm in my early 50s. I started
Okay.
serving when I was 19.
All right,
And
okay, so
just
you got
fell
a
in love
young
with the
start.
industry. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because sometimes these food guys, I'm talking to them and it's like, and I was working here for 20 years and here for 15 years, and it's like, you look like you're 25.
Yeah.
But this does
The red
not
wine
add
keeps you
up.
young though too. Don't you worry.
Do you need to bathe in it as well?
Sometimes I do. My wife would attest to that for sure.
So you personally, you've got a big family.
Big family, yes. Beautiful wife and 6 lovely children.
Okay, and some of them are involved here with you.
4 of them. My 4 eldest are. Yeah, the twins are 12, so
Amazing.
won't be long, and we'll be putting them to work as well.
Is there an earlier age when you're working for your parents?
There
that you
is,
can start
yeah.
working? That's
They changed it
great.
just a couple of years ago. It's 16 without parental consent.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well, so their meter is on.
absolutely.
Enjoy your youth, children.
Exactly.
All right, so you've been everywhere. What is your favorite thing to do in the Okanagan? Because you're clearly an Okanagan fellow.
I am, and I don't love the traffic, but I do love driving around the Okanagan. We have another restaurant at Fitzpatrick Winery in just outside of Summerland.
19 Grill?
19 Bistro it's called.
Oh.
And it is a wonderful spot with a wood burning oven and a beautiful patio that is about 200 meters from the lake. So
Yes.
the view there is tremendous and is this is a beautiful view here and has its own charm and elegance, but out there it is magical.
Yes.
So I do love that drive out there, especially when I can borrow a friend's Porsche and take it for a little jaunt, and away we go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so yes, friend's Porsche. Yeah. Do you have? I have a favorite corner on that trip going toward Penticton. Just as you're coming around.
By the fruit stand?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's like you're transported to this different world. Like I would drive across Canada just for that view. So I can see why people come here to visit.
Yeah, and then if you go out to Naramata, it's a lovely drive out there. You can't quite go as fast, of course, because it's a busy little area now.
Speed guy.
Well, don't tell the RCMP.
Or your friend who's loaning you a Porsche.
Yeah, he's fine with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it is beautiful. What do you do for fun?
Well, for fun, I like really just focus on time with family.
Yeah.
It's especially as we get towards Christmas, it's just a magical time of year, and having a big family, it's just, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. And here for Christmas, what can people look forward to doing at 19?
Well, we're thankful that we get quite a few different corporate and Christmas parties going through. So December is a very hectic month for us. And then we close for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, so that all of our families can spend time together.
That's nice.
And then we do a nice little New Year's Eve dinner, take New Year's Day off, because I've yet to find a chef that's much value on New Year's Day.
Have you ever had to bail one out?
Of jail?
Yes.
Close.
My husband plays bass, and for different bands, whoever hires him essentially, and the bass players and the chef personality are kind of
very similar. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
They like to take a thing and then make it their own, and sometimes, if they're not incarcerated or intoxicated, it's an awesome day.
Yeah. Well, my chef's not much of a drinker, so that helps out. But
neither is my husband, so thank God.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What are we going to be starting with?
Well, Chef Geoff Malloy will be making his rustic ricotta bread dish, which is kind of an appetizer to share. It's a build-your-own ensemble of lemon-pressed ricotta cheese with a little chorizo sausage, house-made chimichurri, and some focaccia bread. Little grape tomatoes and balsamic drizzle in there just to finish it off. And today we're going to pair that with our Cherry Blaster Sour, which has just been developed today, as a matter of fact.
So new.
Yes, so
like a newborn
I
drink.
tried it today, this morning. That's why I'm feeling comfortable sitting in this interview with you right now, because I may have had one already.
And that you didn't share.
No, I'll be sharing with you shortly, I promise.
Oh, thank God. Okay, well, that sounds beautiful. I put a poll out before I started looking for places to interview for this season.
Okay.
And I said, okay, of Okanagan residents only. So not from visitors from afar, but just us chickens here in town. What are your 5 favorite restaurants? And yours was like way up at the top.
Hey, good. Well, I give $20 to everyone to say nice things, so it works out well then.
Yeah, everybody's loving it. They're saying best burger. I heard that out there on the floor while we were setting up. One person said, I think this is one of the best burgers that I've ever had. The other person corrected her and said, it's not one of the best, it's the best.
Nice.
Yeah, so hey.
Well, word of mouth is our best ally, that's for certain.
Yeah, for sure. It can make you or break you, really.
It really can.
Yeah. And what actual people who eat here think about things is so important. Where do you go when you are not here?
I have lots of favorite restaurants in the Valley. I typically try and steer towards the independents, you know, I really enjoy, I'm saddened to hear that Rod's is closing down, because Audrey and Rod are wonderful people. I'll wander down to, a few different eclectic spots downtown. B&A is always fun if it's a late night thing.
Right.
I do like to go visit Brad at Earl's from time to time, still, if I'm looking for that corporate fix. But
you have friends there.
Yes, exactly.
And it's old home stomping ground.
Indeed.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so B&A, do you know what Rod's going to be up to? Rod
they're going to stay going strong. They've got Sonny's Modern Diner.
Yes, which
and then
is
his
fun.
project of love is the Okanagan Table, which kind of a large party format, tasting menus. He has a storefront there where he does his soups and different sauces and things of that nature. And You know, he's, as we get a little bit longer in the tooth, I think he's probably 3 restaurants is a lot to juggle. I know
Yes.
2 is enough for me, so.
Yeah, yeah. Because he had Rod's, Sonny's, and he had one at Hester Creek, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Then wineries have had some struggles over the years, you know, and I think
Well, COVID wasn't good to anybody.
It was not. So I think that they pulled chute on that, and that's when he opened up the Okanagan table, which is
Okay.
almost right across the street from Rod's.
Yes, yeah. I've walked
And,
past it several times.
Yeah, and I've had the chance of having a big long table dinner there, and just
wow.
what a magical experience in there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always amazed with the kind of the culinary geniuses in our valley and what
We're
they
very
could do,
blessed,
farm
yeah.
to table. We've got such local resources.
We sure do, yeah. It's nice to take advantage of it too.
So, Chef Geoff, what's his philosophy for cooking?
Well, he's a little eclectic. He likes elevated comfort food is his mantra, so to
Oh
speak.
my gosh, that sounds
So,
really nice.
you know, I think as restaurants become more and more expensive, it's important to appeal to people's senses of what they like, put our own twist on things, and make it to the point where it's approachable, it's fun, and we can still tell our story with it, whether it be gluten-free,
Right.
made from scratch, all those different philosophies that we kind of embrace here. And, you know, he's ethnic influence. He likes some different Asian flavors. He likes that comfort food basis, though.
Okay.
That's really what it boils down to.
All right. Do you have a favorite comfort food? Something you make yourself when you're at home and you're like bummed out, but or you're never bummed out.
I'm not really all that bummed out, because
Okay.
usually when I'm at home, my wife uplifts my spirits, so
Okay.
she's a wonderful
Okay,
woman.
let's imagine that she's gone for a trip and taken all 15 children.
Then I'm making myself a grilled cheese with tomato soup,
Oh, is it going to be like
smoked Gouda,
pan?
and
Oh, you're zhuzhing it
yeah,
out.
well,
Okay,
yeah.
you're not.
I mean, I didn't get this figure by eating
you
salad.
have to work on girlish figures.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, okay. So I'm still kind of. My husband and I were eating some tomato soup the other day, and I was like, I have been growing my own tomatoes and making some, beautiful soups. But there's something about like that Campbell's,
There is, yeah.
and is it because it's better or is it familiar?
I think it's familiar.
Yeah.
And once again, that kind of goes right back to that comfort food element, where you have that happy zone in your heart and in your soul of what food should be, and
Yeah.
when you can mimic those flavors in a restaurant and create flashbacks to memories of youth or great experiences, then that's all part of the sensory
Absolutely.
experience that you'd like to create. So
Yeah, we hold so much memory in our senses. I think the
We
sense
sure
of
do.
smell is the most memory evoking. That's why with wines, it's like, oh, this takes me back. Why a wine could be your wine for special occasions.
right.
This was our wedding wine. And then whenever you drink a flavor profile that's
Music
similar,
has that
you're
same
tipping
impact
that-
too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You know exactly where you were when such and such was playing.
That's right.
Yeah. So your grad year, do you remember what number one song was?
Oh boy, probably "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins. I think
Oh.
1988. It's 100 years ago.
That's brilliant. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got a trick.
Okay.
Great trick. So there's a commercial farm and RV park called Orchard Hill Park. I
Okay.
believe. It's up on Dilworth Mountain.
Okay.
So you're up there, and if you start Phil Collins "In the Air Tonight," leaving their driveway, put it on, drive exactly the posted speed limit,
Oh,
so
boy.
don't borrow that car. Exactly the posted speed limit. With the time when you make that turn, and you got to do it at night,
Okay.
right the turn where you see the whole valley laid out in front of you,
Ah.
that's when the drum kick, da-dun, 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 da-dun,
Perfect.
kicks in.
Then I got my hands off the steering wheel.
Yes, and you plunged to your death. But
Oh,
you had that
oh.
great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay on the road.
'Kay, deal.
Don't go too fast. Because timing
Perfect.
is everything.
Timing is everything. That's right.
Yeah, and timing is everything in a restaurant too.
Mm-hmm.
What time do we have right now?
We have time for food to be coming, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyway. Live TV.
Live TV. We're just winging it now. We're just occupying time. A little
Well,
juggling.
we're having fun. Let's talk about Christmas.
Okay.
Okay, so your family Christmas. You've got the day off.
No, I'm going to do a little catering for a dear friend of mine with my kids. So that'll be fun. We'll go do
Okay.
that. And then we'll spend most of the day together regardless. And my in-laws from Salmon Arm are coming up, so that's lovely. And then we're looking forward to kind of just that downtime together. We'll probably do some fondue, although I don't want to spoil my wife's Christmas present with mentioning the fondue set that I might have purchased without her approval. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What
That's
could go wrong?
exactly what that one over there asked for at Christmas.
Really? Yeah, it's so much fun. Such a social dining experience. And once again, comfort food.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Well, what do you do? Do you use a broth and oil?
We're going to use a broth and a cheese. We do have a fryer as well. I don't love the smell of deep fryer in my home. So I think we'll probably forego that. And then I imagine there'll be one of chocolate, just because my favorite wife does like a little chocolate from time to time. And
yeah, you got to keep the favorite wife happy.
Absolutely, it is the mission.
Because we can turn like a bad egg.
Well, yeah.
Speaking as a favorite wife
Yes,
myself,
there
I
you
know
go,
I have the
see?
capacity to be all kinds of things.
I'll take the Fifth Amendment on that, because my wife will be watching this, and she is easily embarrassed by my antics and actions. So.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes,
Let's
isn't
do
it
some
lovely?
antics.
Yes.
What's her name? Can you say?
Shelly Ann Martens. Yes.
Do you think she's watching right now?
I don't think. Well, no, I don't think she's watching right now.
Oh, I
didn't
hope
really
she
tell her
is.
much about it. She's out with friends for lunch today at a restaurant on Dilworth, I think, called Porter.
Oh, yeah.
Which sounded like a boy's name. So, here we go. Perfect.
Oh my
Nice
goodness.
timing.
Okay.
Thank you. This is Chef Geoff Malloy.
Oh yes, wonderful. So nice
We call
to
him
meet
Geo. Sometimes I call him Jeff, but not when he's in trouble.
It's true. It's true.
Wonderful. Can you
Okay.
describe the dish you're presenting onto the middle of the table where that black little mat
Right
is?
there, that's our mark.
So what I have for you today is a whipped ricotta dish with pressed lemon, a little bit of a local chorizo, some grape tomatoes, a chimichurri sauce, and a little bit of balsamic reduction with a freshly baked focaccia.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
We don't want to share together. My wife might watch this, and if we were sharing out of the same cup, it would be like Lady and the Tramp. It might be a little awkward.
Perfect.
And we have here, Ally.
All right, so this is the sour cherry sour.
Perfect.
So it is Cuvassier di Serrano Galliano. We've got lime juice in there.
Maraschino liqueur.
Maraschino liqueur, a little bit of grenadine for color, with egg whites, some orange bitters, and nutmeg.
Perfect.
Wow. That
Sounds great.
incredibly complicated. And you remembered all that.
Yeah, barely.
Good
Thank you,
stuff
Ally.
you have.
Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right.
Are we eating this
Okay.
on camera too?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Because
Rose?
eating on camera is fun for
It
everyone.
is, absolutely, and very elegant, I'm sure. First, I suppose. Are we cheersing?
She's doing something to me and I don't know what it is. Yes, we are.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. And that little hit of nutmeg.
And then we can our cherries that we use to make our Scotch cherries
No way.
in the spring. Well,
do your
in
own?
June. Yep. And then we just soak them in bourbon, sugar, lemon, let them kind of almost ferment.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And just
Vibrant
how beautiful
color, hey?
this is. I'm trying to get it so that the light from the window can shine through so Renee can see. Can you
And the key
see
with
this,
any
Renee?
sour is the balancing act of a little bit of sweet, but primarily that lemon front.
Really bright in there.
And then the aromatics of the nutmeg and the orange
nice.
bitter.
I
My
love
goodness.
learning about cocktails because we don't really, in WSET and in MasterCourt, you don't really learn
That's
a
right.
lot about spirits. So much about wine, so much about French wine.
Yes,
Yeah.
so much about French wine.
So much about French wine.
Yeah,
But,
WSET has
you know,
always
this is
intimidated me
amazing.
because I never spoke French growing up. I did a little German,
Oh, yeah.
and the French language doesn't work for me to, talk about regions or varietals or things of that nature that just aren't,
Yeah.
we're not used to here in North America. So
Right, yes, yeah. And even in the food world, there's a lot of names of food that people are nervous pronouncing. So it might provide a barrier for them to order something at a restaurant.
Right.
Do you have anything that's hard to pronounce on your menu?
I think I always find it funny watching young servers that start out trying to figure out how to pronounce Gewürztraminer, or I remember when I first started serving at Earl's, I was serving Peanut Blanc to guests.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, there's always some awkward learning lessons when you're serving a sommelier at a table and he's correcting and coaching, but you live and
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, I've worked at a few wineries, and yeah, being asked to if they could, try the peanut or the peanut blank or the peanut.
The
noir.
Oxeroy.
Yes. That was a hard one because like the U is in there too.
That's right, Oxerwa.
But Gewürztraminer, you should have no trouble because you're
You should.
German
yes,
background.
Exactly.
Martens, Plattdeutsch.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I know your type. I was a coop
Oh, there you go.
back in the day,
Perfect.
and I turned into a McAlpine. Okay, how are we going to eat this?
Well, we're gonna spread a little bit with our fork, or with our knife. I suppose it would be even better. And just
Tear it apart with my
tear it
hands
apart.
like an
Don't
animal.
be afraid. Yeah.
Okay.
And then a healthy smattering of the lemon-infused ricotta.
Ah.
Make sure you get some of that chimichurri mixed in there
Oh,
as well.
yes. Okay.
A smattering of the chorizo. And a grape tomato on top, and just kind of make a mini sandwich out of it. And don't be
Little
chintzy
sandwich.
on the ricotta. There's lots on
What's
there.
this down here? What's this?
That's your chorizo sausage.
Ah.
So if you're vegetarian, you came to the wrong place. Although we do offer vegetarian items, I didn't plan for any today, so.
All right. Oh boy, oh boy. And on camera. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any theories about why eating is a date activity? I have a theory. I
You
wanna see
do?
if you have one. No, I want to hear yours
Okay.
first. But I am armed with a theory.
Well, I think anytime you can spend quality time with someone one-on-one, it's a great opportunity for a date. That's why my wife and I like going to movies. We don't talk a lot because we're watching a movie. But it is that time just alone, just to remember the importance of the balance of your relationship with that of the relationship with your children.
Oh, that's
Because you
beautiful.
can't have one without the other.
Oh, it's so philosophical. I love it. Mine is much more probably evolutionary centered. Like, watch how somebody eats on a date, and you can see sort of what sort of person they are.
Okay.
And you learn a lot about somebody about the way they approach their food.
Aha.
Like if they just whoop it back with no consideration for nuance
Or flavor.
or flavor or texture or appearance. Like nothing. It just like get a big spoon and just haul it
Go
in.
to town, yeah.
Then it's like, well, that has implications.
It does, yeah, you're right.
But I like your take, how it's a chance to slow down and savor a part of your life that you can carve out just for you and who you're with. That's beautiful. I like your wife.
Now the green chimichurri is going to go nicely in the teeth as we continue talking without knowing that we've got a large green leafy substance. stuck
Renee
in.
will save us,
Will she?
and we'll save each other.
Okay.
Because we're friends, and that's what friends
That's right.
do. Okay. I'm gonna just nip a little bit of the chimichurri. Oh, that's nice and bright. So you're a pro cilantro?
I am. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Renee, for her, it tastes like soap.
Soap. Yeah, that's a gene
I am
for sure.
so glad
Yeah.
that doesn't happen to me. Yeah, look at her back there making faces about
Yeah,
cilantro.
thumbs down.
Okay, well, you're wrong. And your genes are wrong. And they're from somebody. Me, yeah, I know. It's too late to choose your parents, but it's not too late to blame them.
That's right.
Okay. This lemon ricotta. So if I don't have ricotta at home and I want to replicate something like this, but I'm missing that ingredient, what could I use
You
instead?
could use cream cheese and maybe fold in a little bit of whipped cream just to try and bring that texture to more of an easier to spread
Right.
consistency.
Something much more billowy.
And then, you can add any flavors you want to it. It doesn't have to be lemon. You could do
This is
grapefruit.
so
You
good.
could do, blackberry, and just make sure you strain out the seeds so it's not chunky. But
Right.
there's lots of different angles you could take with creating your own soft spreadable cheese. And once again, breaking bread and cheese, bread, and savory flavors, it's just comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've ditched the knife,
Yeah.
gone in with the fork.
Went with fork. There you go.
More accurate.
Indeed.
More.
I've ditched the fork and the
Pitchfork-like.
knife and gone right back to the cocktail. So
It's a choice.
but the fork is handy to get that cute little Scotch cherry out, because we spend so much time and effort on this.
So we got to enjoy that. So you can deep sea dive with your. What is the funniest thing you've seen somebody do in a restaurant? Or maybe not the funniest, but a funny thing.
Oh boy,
It have to be like in the past, so it's not anybody that.
that sees this and calls me out.
That's like, oh, you were watching me do that?
Well, we are on a golf course, so I've seen lots of awkward and obscure things. I've seen people
oh my goodness.
thinking that this is a house and deciding that they could go to the washroom on the edge of it. I have,
On the edge of it, like outside?
like outside, yeah.
No. Why? If it was somebody's house, why would you do it?
Well,
like
because
that?
that's what strange old men do sometimes. And I'm trying to be kind.
Strange old men.
Yes, yes.
Is there a little cart that goes around in the?
Absolutely, yeah. Beverage cart sees a lot of
Beverage cart.
activity out there too, yeah.
Okay. Is that coming
I've had
from you guys?
a local celebrity who may or may not be watching something like this, that one day drove a cart into a pond on number 14. And we teased her about it relentlessly.
Jillian, how could you?
How could she? Exactly. I'm sure Jillian's not watching right now, but that was great media for us. And
I
we
love
might
it.
remind her from that from time to time.
Did she have anybody filming her? driving it?
She probably was filming herself. That's probably why she drove in the pond.
Yeah, she's a clever girl.
She is so much fun, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to meet her in person.
Oh, she's wonderful. I
Yeah.
love her.
I was really careful. I was driving wine trucks for a while.
Oh, okay.
And I would be really careful going by her place to not say that it was her place, because that's so rude,
Yeah.
right?
Everyone's looky-looing and
Yeah.
leering, and
Yeah, because they feel like they know her because they've seen her.
that's right.
And because she talks about her life, and you can see the inside of her house and meet her dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
And I see her dogs running to the gate. I'm like, nope. We're
And her
looking
partner
over
in
there.
crime, Tori, is wonderful as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm sure they're
amazing.
thrilled that I brought that story up and announced that it was them. But we see all kinds of funny things. Like, that's the thing my wife's always bugged me about. I need to write a book. Because there are so many experiences where you have a customer say or do something, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's awkwardly entitled, sometimes it's never dull. And I think people that have a little bit of ADHD or obsessive compulsive behavior are drawn to this industry because it's never the same day twice.
Exactly.
And you don't know what you're going to get today, so
And that's
just
good.
go for the ride. And
Yeah.
it is good, because
Yeah.
that chaos keeps everything fresh.
Chaos is awesome. Yeah, and problem solving as they come up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's why I like camping without the proper gear.
Oh, my wife does not like camping without the proper gear, so trust me, we have a trailer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there'll be no tenting in our future.
Oh, I'd be happy to try and waterproof a burlap bag and see if I could sleep under that.
my.
Like, can you do it?
The adventure.
Yeah, adventure. Jillian could probably make one out of paper clips.
And she would sell it
gum.
for a lot of money,
yeah,
too,
and
and
I
God
would
bless her
pay
for that.
her $300 for
Yeah,
it.
see?
Ooh, something's coming.
Nice timing.
Oh, look at this. Okay.
Do we have your cohort with you?
What?
Ally Ross coming with you? Oh, excellent.
I'm crashing stuff. Am I out of frame if I'm here?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can just leave those off to the side. Don't remove
Yeah.
them, please, and thank you.
Yeah, because Renee's going to get to eat them after.
Exactly.
All right.
Excellent.
Right here, and tell us what we've got.
All right, so we have this lovely taco dish made from our friends Jose and Isaac. It is with corn tortillas with a smashed avocado salsa, and it's a cochinita braised short rib. with a little habanero hot sauce, salsa,
Okay.
a little bit of lime, and a little bit of hot sauce on the side. It adds a little bit of acidity, and it's just a wonderful dish. It's perfect for this time of year. I love it. So.
Thank
Great.
you.
And Jose and Isaac are up for a couple of years to work with us in the Valley. They're up at Big White right now working at a friend's restaurant, and they were down here this summer helping us out. And they're from just outside of Mexico City, I believe, aren't they?
Oh.
Yeah, and just wonderful young men.
Okay.
And they did these dishes up for men's and ladies' night this year, and we bugged them until they gave us the recipes to make them and put them on our menu. So.
Well, they look very complex and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Love the colors.
And this is?
This is the Cerveza Clara from Yellow Dog Brewing. It is a Mexican-style lager, very light, very crisp, pairs perfectly with the tacos.
Oh my
There we
goodness,
go.
so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Thank you, and more cilantro for you, Renee, if you'd like.
Yes. I'll eat all the bits with the cilantro on it. All right,
I'm gonna
cheers.
tuck that. Cheers, indeed.
Here, you got a drink in each hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that to tuck out of the way if you don't mind. Thank you.
Who owns a restaurant and bar?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then let's squeeze the lime in because we
Let's
can.
do it.
And another cheers, just because I
Another
didn't drink
cheers.
on the last one. So there we go.
I noticed your table tap.
Mm-hmm. It's to remember the people that you'd like to be able to have a drink with but can't.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What tradition is that from?
I honestly don't know.
Feels kind of Irish.
I think it probably is, to be honest. I think I probably first picked it up about 20 years ago when a dear friend of mine that was a customer here passed away, and I've just kept the tradition ever since. So and my
love
wife
it.
has started to do it now as well. So
I feel like I should do that.
Yeah.
'Cause I have so many people other places.
yeah, exactly.
And ones that can't be with us because they're not here anymore.
That's right. Yeah, so it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I love that. Do you
so
remember
now these are very messy,
okay.
just so you know.
Do you remember Everybody Loves Raymond?
I love that show.
Do you remember
Absolutely.
the big brother? He would always touch his chin.
That's right.
Yeah. There was no explanation for that
No.
quirk at all. Just OCD,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's exactly what it is.
Trauma
yeah.
response.
Yeah, pretty much. So pardon my
Alrighty.
fingers. We're going to squeeze a
You do
little lime again,
Okay.
just to brighten the flavors up. And then Alex Dawson, who is just turned 19, is one of our chefs here. He made this hot sauce up. And I like to mention Alex Dawson because I've never met a young man at his age that is quite as talented as he at his age.
So Alex is our brilliant bright star.
He really is. And the trick with hot sauces is not just to make it hot,
Oh,
but
this
to
is
ensure the
complex.
flavor is there as well. Because anyone can make hot
Smoky,
sauce
sweet, hot.
out of vinegar and peppers, and
Yep.
you'll never sit down for a week, but that is not the goal.
That's gorgeous. Yeah.
And then the habanero salsa puree is made by Jose, and that is his recipe that we managed to pry out of him after a few drinks. And
Okay, it's not punishing.
no, it's not.
I hear habanero and I'm like, oh, this is going to
Yeah,
be
this
trouble.
is gonna be trouble. But
Yep.
once again, everything has to be balanced. And
So lovely.
yeah. So now,
Okay.
corn tortilla away.
Okay.
See if we can do this elegantly.
Not even possible. Wow. Well, Renee, this is everything wonderful.
My goodness. Side plates would be a good idea for next course.
Look at here.
Yep. That's okay. Up to the elbows, eh?
Oh yeah. Last season we were down at El Taquero, and Izzy was coaching me. Tilt your head, not the taco. Taco stays upright. Head
That's
goes
right.
sideways. And even with all his coaching, I had taco everywhere.
Yeah, and they do amazing tacos there.
Disaster.
And that's the key when you go for tacos. You want them to be ethnic. You don't want them to be Canadianized or Americanized. You want them the flavors of how they would be if you were going to
Exactly.
Cabo for a real street taco.
And the street food in Mexico is that's where it's at.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were blessed to live in just north of Rosarito for 3 years.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so we lived in community, and we worked with an outfit called Homes of Hope, which is very similar to Habitat for Humanity.
Right.
Except it's faster builds, smaller
Okay.
houses.
Right.
So it's not like this gorgeous like Habitat builds, amazing, beautiful homes. These were small and they fit into the neighborhood where the people were living. A Habitat home
It's sometimes ostentatious.
it
Yeah.
can be, yeah. It's almost like those. Like you remember back in the day, there was this television show where they built crazy houses for people that were living in modest environments. I
Oh.
just wonder socially what happened to those families in
made
that
them-
context.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's awkward.
they're very awkward. And then their tax would have gone up because
Oh, for
of
sure.
everything. Yeah, so these built, homes that fit. But living on street tacos.
Now, Rosarito, is that on the Baja California side?
It's just
So
south.
north of La Paz?
No, it's just directly south of Tijuana.
Oh, okay.
So San Diego, Tijuana,
Yeah.
split by a border and a bunch of dogs and guns and
Definitely
things.
some guns, yeah, and some
dogs,
cartels.
Dogs with guns and cartels.
Yeah.
Yes, lots of chaos. And then it was just down the road.
Okay, so not
So
on
we
the
were in
Cortez side.
between.
It's landlocked. It's like in the middle of the.
Not even really. We could, if there was a storm on the ocean,
Yeah.
it would blow through our front door
Oh, wow.
by about a meter into the house.
Oh, okay.
So we weren't on the beach, but it was close enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And Renee got to go to Spanish school, and yeah, it was really
Well, you know what?
good experience.
I find, any chance I had when I was younger, we would go to Cabo, and then I realized that was just basically an Americanized Mexican city, and so we'd go up to Todos Santos or Cerritos or La
yeah.
Paz,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're starting to meet the real Mexican, the family-oriented, kind,
Oh my goodness, yes.
caring, and
Yeah.
laid back. Nonetheless, there's
Yeah.
there's not that North American sense of urgency there, but
Yeah.
that's refreshing.
Yeah, yeah. It was good for my ADHD brain to see an example of a different way of living, a different way of being in the world that isn't as driven and stacked up on itself the way I tend to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the way we all tend to be.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. I think our whole culture has adjusted itself to kind of the way like our brains are working naturally. Like we like a lot of chaos. We like a lot of things multitasking. We like the 3-ring circus.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We thrive on it sometimes even.
Yeah.
But when
Sometimes
you
we
can get
create
that,
it.
yeah, we do. But when you can find that balance and you can take that step and have that siesta,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's nice change of pace.
Yeah. Yeah. Birthday parties were the funnest.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, because it's everybody's family all together, and they bring the band. They have like everything. It's just a big deal. So much fun. We were used to in Canada like dropping Renee off for a friend's party, but there, why are you leaving?
Yeah, everyone
Everybody's
comes.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big family occasion because this is a child in your family.
And it's a celebration.
Exactly. So why would you walk away from this? Indeed.
So you don't.
You don't. You stay and you have fun. Okay. What happened to this meat that is so beautiful?
Okay, so cochinita is a traditional Mexican style spice that you basically braising that short rib after you pulled it apart, and then just simmering it down and letting those flavors combine.
Ooh, okay. And that's also why it isn't quite as wet as a lot of tacos.
Right.
Like a lot of them is just like
Yeah.
expressing
Well,
fluid.
we managed to find a balance on our tables, but
I
yes.
definitely covered about 2 square feet. But that's my special skill.
Yes. Well,
I'm good at deploying liquids.
there you go.
Not on the outside of people's buildings, though.
No, fair.
That's a callback.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well.
And I mean, you know, just hearkening back to the stories in the golf course, we've had young ladies out there decide that this was a topless tanning studio out there as well. And
Goodness.
the demographic on the golf course is a little bit more, I don't want to say stinky old man on TV. Can I say something different than that? Do you have any suggestions there?
Mature individuals?
Mature gentlemen, yes. So you could imagine the apoplectic seizures out there when this young lady was.
Well, they'd be delighted, wouldn't they?
They were, but I'm not certain their heart was ready for that.
True enough. Though you could charge a little extra.
I suppose, but then, yeah. There's also children out there, so you do have to be mindful of the impact of all of those decisions. So,
Dang. When you're
yeah.
golfing, keep your shirt on.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's the key. Like there's a saying, keep your shirt on. Doesn't that mean don't get ruffled?
I
get
think
mad?
it actually means keep your shirt on, but
Also means keep your shirt on. Like you can be really easygoing and topless, but don't.
yes, there you go.
There we go. Tips for golf living.
That's right.
Do you
That's right.
golf?
I have golfed before. You know, I work a lot, so I find the balance in life is that on a day off, the last place I'd like to be would be spending 4 hours on the golf course away
Oh,
from
yeah.
my family. So
Yeah.
I try and avoid the golfing. And I do enjoy a glass of wine or a cold beer. And I find that the opportunity to have one too many on the golf course is such that
Okay.
probably not the best idea as well. So
Yes. And then the lack of judgment things happen.
yes, exactly. And the next thing you know, I got my shirt off. Just kidding.
And all the old men have a heart attack.
For different reasons entirely.
I'm a dead air person right now. Okay, I'm going back to your Christmas plans. What are you going to be eating besides the fondue? Are you having
We
any
will do
big
a
dinner?
traditional turkey dinner. My loving wife doesn't really like me in the kitchen at home. Something about clean as you go that I didn't pick up along the way, I think.
Well, that's because if you've been working in a pro kitchen, there's somebody that does
That's
that.
true. That's true.
You clean your station, but
Yeah.
somebody takes care of the
Absolutely.
garbage stuff. Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Let me just.
Thank you.
thank you. Do you want to surrender your beer, or are you going to protect it?
I'm gonna just tuck it off to the
Okay.
out of camera,
Here,
if I may.
I'll
Yeah.
just send mine away so I don't knock it on the floor. Oh, you see,
Jeff,
I've
what do you have over
already made a
here?
mess.
For you, I have prime rib sliders.
Okay.
They are on a lovely brioche bun, and then we have thinly shaved prime rib, just finished with a little bit of demi-glaze, a little rosemary and roasted garlic aioli, bit of crispy potato hay. It's just kind of like a potato chip for us, with just some crunchy texture.
Nice.
Some house-made pickles and some banana peppers.
Wow,
Wonderful.
this is so beautiful. And your dishes are amazing.
Yes, we
Where
get
do you
those from a
source
company
these?
called Spirit Wares out of
Okay.
Calgary, actually.
Hey, Calgary,
Mm-hmm.
good job.
Yeah, it's a former chef that decided he didn't want to be in the kitchen anymore and
Mm-hmm.
started doing essentially pottery and ceramics.
Amazing.
And these are all kiln fired. They're all a little bit different.
Oh, wow.
Great story. And I think that if we plug Spirit Wares enough time, we might get a bit of a break on pricing. So they're from Spirit Wares out
Mm-hmm. Spirit Wares, good
out
place.
of Calgary.
Open to the public? Or industry only?
Industry only.
All right, what have we got?
Thank you.
We've got Meyer Family Vineyards Pinot Noir here.
Perfect.
Okay.
So our lightest red we have on our glass pour list. Very lovely. Should pair well with these left.
Thank you. All right, so Meyer Family Pinot.
The nice thing about the
Pinot
Okanagan is
Noir.
there's so many opportunities.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
To support local. And wine is a great example of that.
Absolutely.
And especially the challenges that we've seen in our local wineries in the last few years with freezing temperatures and bud break and smoke tainted grapes and
Yeah,
yields low, and
that's right.
we're seeing sadly lots of closures and consolidations and all of those things. So now I think it's more important than ever to realize how important it is supporting our local companies and friends and vendors and farms.
Yeah.
Because when you keep that money close locally, it gets spent again locally, and just becomes a wonderful world of support.
Yep, yep. Has its
So.
own interior attraction.
It does.
I just love the colors in Pinot Noir.
And you know, you think back, when I first started in this industry in 1989, local wines were just entering the marketplace, and you would have a glass of white wine, whether it's a Pinot Auxerrois or a Pinot Gris, and the whites were really good, but the reds were not spoken of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we don't speak about those reds in
That's right. and
polite company.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we get into the mid to late 90s, and that Boring Owl Merlot cult
Right.
occurred,
Yes, yes.
where everyone, oh my God, I have to have that. And then people started realizing
That was
the
a real
viticulture,
Merlot. Yeah.
the viticulture that is needed in the valley that's different than the viticulture needed in Napa
Right.
or in Australia, and the wineries adapted, and the enologists took their science courses and tried to stay awake during them, but managed to do so. And
Thank
next thing
goodness.
you know, you're drinking a Pinot Noir that 30 years ago, nothing like this was made here.
No, absolutely not. And our rosés now have leaped in just value. Okay, what kind of chaos are we going to make of this?
It's going to be a little bit interesting. I think we'll
Yep.
saunter on over here.
Recruit this.
Now the key is not to eat the little frill pick on top either.
Oh, we don't eat the piece of wood?
No,
Okay.
no, that through the roof of your mouth is not the best plan.
Has anyone done that?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Good thing we have insurance.
Oh, my gosh. You can't mean that if somebody bites through an obvious piece of wood that it's your fault?
Absolutely, it is.
Huh. Wild. Okay.
Just like if someone asks us to take an umbrella out of an umbrella stand and then trips over that umbrella stand, that is our fault as well.
You're in a dangerous business. What sort of person should go into restauranting now?
Well, a little bit crazy helps.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just picking elements. Alrighty.
I definitely picked the messiest options possible.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, though.
Good flavors, hey?
All together? Whoa.
And it's nice to do a pairing where we're on our third course, and then it's the first glass of wine we've had.
Yeah, yeah.
Because oftentimes we get caught up with that's how we do a dinner. We pair it with this. And
Doesn't have to be.
it doesn't have to be. It's nice to do so.
Yeah. I enjoy the challenge of doing a completely non-alcoholic pairing
Oh,
for different members of our family that don't drink. So when I'm
There you
doing a
go.
big meal, like what, yeah, especially a big tannic red. So what else has tannins and what will
Right.
function in the same way? What can I add about an equivalent level of acidity to, an equivalent level of sweetness? Not to create the experience of a wine, but to create the peripheral experience.
exactly.
Yeah. And that way they can play along with
And
how
you
the
know,
pairing works.
we've seen in the last 2 years specifically, the category of non-alcoholic beverages and,
Oh,
and non-alcoholic cocktails has
Yep.
gone through the roof.
The biggest growing segment of the
It is,
industry.
and you know we've speculated for the last couple of years that it might have come along with the legalization of marijuana, because people are choosing
Yeah.
which path they wish to go on, which is
Exactly.
fine. But it's interesting to see in a business that is so worried about liability, where we can sell a cocktail without alcohol, but with premium ingredients
Right.
that are sourced locally and are magical and amazing
Yes.
and have great flavor profiles, that isn't a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke, that we can create a dining experience where people can feel comfortable and not feel like they have to drink.
Exactly, exactly.
Yet, on the same token, we do need that revenue to survive, so
Yeah. But I bet usually it's a mixed group.
It
So
is,
there'd
yeah.
be 4 people and 1 person's choosing to go
That's right.
alcohol free. Heard that there's some new, you know how language develops, words around like mocktail that are it's developing different language around that.
Exactly.
Because some people don't like mocktail because of the inference of mockery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and or that it's mock. It's like it's fake,
Right.
and it isn't fake. It's real.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, have you heard any new developments or?
You know, part of the reason why I justify going out to restaurants is to do research and development, and
Yeah. Can you write that off?
sometimes you have to be careful,
I
but
don't learn about that.
sometimes. But that provides you the opportunity to see what other people are doing, because this industry has never been one that recreates the wheel. I mean, that's why you see chicken wings on every menu in every restaurant. That's why chili chicken is popular. That's why, you know, everyone has a burger on their menu.
Yeah.
It just, you're trying to appeal to the masses by having those comfort foods once
Right.
again.
Yeah.
But as you see the cocktail culture changing from alcohol to alcohol-free, you have to embrace the fact that you can still use a lot of those ingredients that you were making that delicious sour with that doesn't need alcohol to be delicious.
Yeah.
And like you said, finding ways to incorporate tannin, you know, using black tea
Yeah.
as a component to your beverage that's going to pair with what normally would be a big heavy red.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Some family members of ours work at Micro.
Oh, perfect.
You know, concocting these cocktails and talking about the mouthfeel and about the viscosity and about the, you know, the weight of the beverage, that
And the
different ways
balance
of
and the-
adding. Yeah, yeah, even just the texture.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
manipulating that until it's something like exactly spot on. So I really appreciate your cocktails, like how developed they are and how like,
Well, I mean,
exacting.
The nice thing about it is you get to mess around with it because you can.
Yeah.
And being a small mom and pop place like this, you get to
That's
you don't have
huge.
to you don't have to
This is pretty big.
yeah, fair enough. It used to be a sleepy little golf course restaurant 20 years ago, so we used to have a very big parking lot, not so much anymore.
Yeah, you Martinized it.
Yeah, there you go. But what that allows us to do is to just collaborate and make decisions on the fly, because
sure.
we are head office, you know, so we can
It's so interesting.
go with it.
Yeah.
That cocktail that we first started with today, the sour cherry sour, was essentially turned into a sour by adding egg whites today, because we didn't quite like the viscosity and the balance of the drink.
Okay.
So just adding little egg white and doing a wet and dry shake,
Yep.
and all of a sudden now there's mouthfeel, there's more texture, there's
Exactly.
more almost creaminess to it,
Yes.
and it's more easily imbibed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You want more.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
And that
the key.
cherry was that, and because it's a little secret in there, just hiding at the bottom, you can see it. It's like, oh, I see you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's kind of an adorable little drink. I feel like I would order that.
Let's see if I can do one more without making a mess.
I want to see it explode. Sorry, microphone.
So now, when did you start doing this?
The show?
The show, yeah.
The show has only been, this is our second season.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, the first season we were just called the Okanagan Pairing Challenge, and with TELUS we are on location.
Aha.
Yes, so it's the same format, where we're visiting restaurants and food providers, beverages, wineries, things like that.
Right.
And just exploring and see what's happening.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to showcase the locals and show support in different ways too, right? So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, I love our community, and I think that the people in it are kind of wild, crazy people for the most part. There's a lot of real genius innovation here. In the food culture, because we have so much amazing ingredients to work with,
Yeah.
we're putting them together in different ways because we get bored and it's like, yeah, I
And
want
what
to do
if,
that, but I
or
want.
how about, and-
Yeah. Every great thing starts with, well, what if we? Yes, yeah. Finish that sentence.
exactly.
Yeah. What if we put in little potato thingies
That's
for
right.
the crunch? Okay.
Well,
so
you know, remember what those remind you of?
I
And
know what they remind me of.
little smoked potato. Was it Hawkins that made them? What were
hickory
those?
sticks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you just as a kid, I'd love those things,
Me
but
too.
they would destroy the roof of your mouth
Oh yeah.
and so salty
Your
and
face is in shards, but
But-
you can't stop eating
but that
them.
crunch and that salty
and
and
it's smoky.
savory and smoky, yeah.
Yeah, those guys had that balance.
So then you try and find, once again, back to the comfort food.
Yeah, yeah.
How do we incorporate something like that to add both crunch, texture, and that reminiscent flavor of when I was 11 and I ate 3 bags in a row and couldn't taste anything for a week because my
right.
mouth was destroyed.
What about Knoxout? Are you
And, I'm not sure I'm familiar.
sunflower seeds?
Oh, okay. There
yeah,
we go.
Yeah, Manitoba minnow. We grow a lot of them. All right, wanna
Sure, I'll tuck that
Dump
right
and
on
run?
there. Thank you.
woo.
We timed this perfectly.
You did.
You are amazing.
Thank you.
All right.
Allie, may I trouble you for a couple of side plates? I meant to ask you that about 3 courses ago, so
Yeah, because we're disasters over here.
any plate will do, really. We're not that picky.
Clearly, we've been.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're turning into animals over here. Mostly me. He's lovely.
Thank you.
Would you like me to clear your wine for you?
I don't know. He protects his.
I know you don't.
All right, so this time I have for you is our steamed baos. This is probably one of my favorite dishes on the menu right now. So it's a Vietnamese steamed bun with a little bit of sumo slaw and a little sriracha aioli. And then we have it with a braised short rib that's just crisped up a little bit with a little chipotle peach glaze on it. So it's nice, sweet, and sticky, and it's got a little bit of spice to it. It's really balanced. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ooh, and with it.
And here we have the Life of Pablo margarita. So this is our spicy margarita. It is reposado tequila, poblano liqueur, some lime juice, and a serrano simple syrup. So serrano infused simple syrup with a tahini rig there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Here we go.
And this is my wife's favorite cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to enjoy this. Cheers once again.
Cheers. Bounce. Okay.
Now, a little bit of heat to this.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about balancing and pairing. Is if you can incorporate some sweetness to counteract the spice, then everything just kind of enters into that little comfortable state of, that works perfectly together.
Yeah. Oh, Renee, I'll save this for you. Tahini and lime. Yeah, this was one of her Mexico. Everything was covered in tahini. All
That's
kinds of
so
fruit.
amazing.
Yeah. That is so unexpected.
Yeah, it's got good heat to it, but it doesn't linger in. You don't feel like you have to run for a glass of water.
Kind of takes me on a little journey, doesn't it? It's like, hi.
And once again, traditional flavors. Like
Yeah.
this is a real margarita. It's a lime margarita with a little bit of spice to it, and that poblano liqueur that we have, the smoked poblano, such a nice flavor profile.
So explain the name. How did that develop? Life of Pablo.
Our previous bar manager, his name was Kalki, and he's Argentinian and Portuguese descent. And he looked at the poblano liqueur and was trying to find a name for this spicy margarita without calling it a spicy margarita.
Right.
And we were literally drinking these and trying them and developing the flavors, which made for a Shelly, can you come pick me up day.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's okay. She does that from time to time.
Oh, Shelley, you're such a good person.
Yeah, bless her soul. And he said, it's like the life of Pablo. And I'm like, okay, that's the name. And it stuck.
Okay.
And Kalki has moved to Edmonton, and he's working at a cute little restaurant right downtown in Edmonton. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's about a 30-seat little cozy little cocktail bar with some tapas and just super fun.
That's
And
so nice.
the back bar must have, I don't know, 150 bottles
Goodness.
of just obscure spirits, because Alberta, you can buy booze that's not through a liquor distribution branch. So they have
Really?
some of the most unique cocktails there because they can source them.
Okay.
because I'm not certain if you're aware of this, but the BCLDB is one of the largest liquor monopolies in the world.
Yeah. I was listening to Anthony Gizmotti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever met him?
I have not.
I've got like a nerd fixation.
Well,
Because he knows everything.
everything.
Yeah. And
He
he's
is-
fun
he is-
to listen to.
He is, and because he makes it approachable. Mm-hmm. But he has forgotten more about wine than I'll ever know.
No, he's amazing. Okay.
It's funny because
It's amazing.
we've spent the last 15 years or so not really focused solely on being a gluten-free house, but making that part of our mantra, because every restaurant says, "Oh, we make it from scratch," or "It's
Right.
made here in-house." Or, but when you can tell people it's gluten-free because we make all of our sauces and everything from scratch,
Right.
then there's a different angle on, doing food the old-fashioned way.
And this is gluten-free?
And none of the food that we've tried today is gluten-free.
Okay. I was like, how can this be?
It definitely
It is
can't.
not.
No. Although I shouldn't say that. The tacos were corn tortillas, so
Okay, yeah.
they are gluten-free,
That-
but we do find that people with celiac
They're very aware.
concerns, their corn has similar impact on their system as gluten
Wow.
does. So it doesn't always work out as well, but
I'm just playing with the sear and the glaze and the sesame seed. It's actually crunchy on the outside, but still incredibly flavorful and juicy on the inside. I'm trying to avoid the M word because some people don't like it.
that's okay.
Are
I'm
you
not-
one of them, Renee?
Yeah.
It's so moist. If I whisper it into my mic.
But, so this is the application of using short rib in a different way, because what we had earlier was braised. This is braised in preparation and then
Well.
chilled. And then hot pan, hot oil,
Yeah.
sear,
Right.
finish with sweet soy glaze. And so you do get that crunch to it. You get a different
Yes.
texture to it.
The texture of this whole thing, different parts of it remind me of different things in my life. It's like getting invited to Vietnamese family
There
dinner.
you go.
And like the flavors are in there. It's like, oh, I remember you, and steamed bun. I have friends in Winnipeg. You know,
Yeah,
'cause
see?
it's
And once
a lot
again,
more.
comfort food to bring
people
back
there.
memories of
Yeah.
experiences you've had in the past that
Exactly.
bring happiness to your heart.
This makes my heart so happy. Do you have any Korean barbecue on your menu?
We have in the past. We've done a Korean barbecue chicken, like a crispy chicken sandwich.
Oh, nice.
We did Korean barbecue duck wings a couple years ago, and that was very unique, mainly because doing duck confit is a very elaborate process. And our restaurant goes from sleepy in the winter to very, very busy in the summer.
Right, yeah.
So what we found was we just couldn't keep up,
Okay, yeah.
because confit is literally a 2-day process.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
And so we would sell out of duck wings in a day, and then wait a day, and then put duck wings back on the menu,
Oh, that's exhausting.
and then run out of duck wings and wait a day.
Yeah.
So we had
Duck
to
in
change
general
that.
is hard to.
It is.
You need to know what you're doing.
You so do, but also once people try it, the stigma of being duck is now gone, and they come back tomorrow for duck wings.
There's a stigma about being duck.
Yeah.
What?
It's almost like lamb.
What's
it's not
that?
like veal. Don't worry, but people.
Oh, like sad food because
people,
it's cute?
Yeah, because ducks are beautiful.
Well,
You know,
kind
they're
of. But
elegant.
have you ever
They're
really been near a
delicious.
duck? They're kind of jerks too.
They can be, yeah.
You can eat them.
I think so. I'm a big fan of eating everything. Like, that's why they call it venison and not deer.
Yes, everything has like a new name.
That's right.
But duck is duck.
Duck is duck.
Yeah. I getcha. Yeah, but duck is so hard to cook. I've done duck 2 times. One I did when I was pregnant, and I was like, my brain was all
With
full of-
Renee?
No, some older person than her. She has 2 other siblings.
Aha.
I don't have 15 kids like you do.
Yeah, right,
I
fair
only have 3. But at times they felt like 5.
Yes, it is busy no matter how many you have, trust me.
When they outnumber you. That's the tipping of the scale, in my opinion. And then they bring their friends. But so I was pregnant, and my taste was different anyway. Like things tasted more acute, and texture
Absolutely.
was really, really different. And I was bad at it. It was like this gray, greasy meat. I did it wrong.
You definitely overcooked it. Although,
I
it depends on
overcooked
what
it, and
you're
I didn't
cooking.
sear it, and I didn't render the skin. Like I didn't do
So
anything
you were doing duck
right.
breast.
It was a whole duck, and it was
Okay.
just a blob. I was like, I hate duck. And then I learned a little bit, and I made duck breast again, and it was sensational.
Yes, it really is. It's
And
life-changing.
But so much work. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this
Well-
level of preparation. I want to go someplace where somebody knows what they're doing with duck.
That will do it for me.
Yes. Because it turns out there's professionals at duck.
There really are.
Not me.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I didn't like asparagus growing up as a child until I was probably 23.
Oh.
Because my father, who used to cook his roast beef to medium well, oftentimes would put the carrots and the asparagus on at the same time as the roast. So I never knew that
Were they
asparagus, they were gray to the point of
Gray
being
and-
stringy and flaccid. Can we say flaccid?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as moist, is it? They're both risky,
If
aren't
it's
they?
talking about asparagus and I don't use hand gestures, we're going to be okay.
Oh my goodness.
Pardon me. More of whatever this is.
Delicious.
And yeah, together. That's wonderful. Your food is amazing here. I see why everybody's rating you so high. My husband has been after me to come here because we're always dropping off. Well, he drives in the summer for a wine tour company, and forever we're dropping off groups here, and they all come out so happy. They're coming in the
good.
van. They're a little bit crispy, you know. I'm like, woohoo.
Well, it's a
And they're
warm
like,
patio.
That food was so good. Yeah, and it's like, oh, I want to go, but I live over there.
It's okay to say the name of the wine tour company, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, Deb would appreciate it if you did. If we can tell stories about Jillian Harris, we can tell stories about Uncorked Okanagan.
But it isn't uncooked.
Oh, it isn't? Was it
Uh-uh.
distinctly?
No, it's sip.
Oh, yes, Sip Happens. Absolutely.
Sip happens. I drove for them for a season as well.
Did you? Nice.
It was
That's a fun,
lot of fun.
thing.
It was
Yeah.
fun, and there were some people that were interested in wine, and a lot of people were interested in fun.
Yeah.
And that's 2 different.
And there was a lot of
customer bases.
Instagram.
Lots of
going on there.
Instagram
Yeah.
business. Yeah, and it was a really fun summer. It was my first summer off from wineries in the summer.
Oh, okay. So that's
So-
a unique change.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, I can go to all the wineries and not try a single thing.
That's right.
But get to know the people, see who's pouring, see who explains.
Yes.
Yeah, see who
Because
knows.
that's part of the experience is,
Oh,
is
100%.
how you share that philosophy of the winery itself with your guests in a fun, enlightening manner that's still educational.
Exactly.
But engaging.
Yeah,
and that's-
storytelling and
Yeah.
yeah, because every winery has a story.
That's right.
Yeah, just
And if
like
you don't
every
share
restaurant.
it, you're wasting that opportunity.
So when you got here, was the physical dimensions of this place the same as what it is now?
When I first started here, this was actually the pro shop, this tiny little building.
Oh, okay.
And so we created a doorway through and made this the private dining room probably, I want to say about 7 years in.
Okay.
And then Mr. Derrickson added on the summer house, our covered patio where we do events and dining. And
You do music, live music?
we used to.
I saw it on the Instagram.
Yeah, well, we do it occasionally now,
Okay.
but we used to do it every Friday. And when I first started here, we did it every Friday because it was so slow. We wanted to
Oh, pick it up. Yeah.
pick it up. And then it caught on, and it was
Yeah.
tremendously. And then we had to continue doing music because it occupied people's time while they waited forever for dinner because
Oh.
our kitchen was small at that time.
Right. Yeah.
So then we renovated our kitchen and made it a little bit bigger and changed some systems back there. We're licensed for 400 seats. We would,
That's big.
on a good day, would probably seat 150 at a time. Which, when you think about turning a restaurant over, you know, 2.5 times in a night,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people. And the challenge is finding the balance of how many seats you can do to generate the revenue without creating negative experiences because they waited too
Exactly.
long for dinner, or the quality wasn't there, or it wasn't as
Yes.
consistent as it was last time.
Yeah.
So everything has to be balanced because it's very expensive to make a mistake because
Yep.
you have to take care of it. You have to own it. And you know, I always joke that we probably made most of our regular customers by screwing up their menu the first time, or item
And
the first
fixing
time,
it.
and fixing it
Yeah.
because we care and we want to make sure they come back.
That makes
And
all the difference. Yeah.
We don't do advertising, and we don't do, you know, billboards or anything like
Yeah,
that.
I don't think I've ever seen an ad for you
we
guys.
spend our money in house, making sure that if we screw something up, we fix it. And if you come in to celebrate your birthday, we're taking care of that dessert, or an anniversary. Maybe there's a tablecloth and a glass of sparkling wine, or
Nice.
just creating memories.
Yeah, and it's authentic too, because you can say anything in a 30-second ad.
That's right,
But-
and not necessarily mean it.
Yeah, but when the community says, "This is my favorite restaurant," that's a whole different thing. And then we bring our out-of-town guests.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. This is so lovely. And we've got one more thing
One
to
more
go.
course on the way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that looks exciting.
And once again, cilantro is.
Oh, Renee, more cilantro.
You're gonna love it,
I'm
Renee.
happy. A little soap. It's good for you.
If we can't tease our children, who can we tease,
Oh,
right?
I know, that's why we have them.
That's right.
We wire them up and let
Yeah,
them go.
and let them go. And then hopefully they tease their children.
Yes, yes. Yeah. What is that toy? Some kind of really scary monkey that bangs.
Oh no, let's not talk about that one. That one scared me as a child. I remember that one indeed, with the symbols.
Yes, yes. What about the cat with the eyes that go back and forth and the tail that's like the pendulum?
Oh,
Black and white cat and the eyes go. Yeah, cluck.
don't know that one.
You don't? Oh,
No.
it's scary
I
too.
grew up in Salmon Arm.
If you didn't like
it's a little
the-
bit inbred back there, so.
Well, I grew up almost 3 hours north of Winnipeg.
Okay.
I'm
so
a woods person.
there you go. So you hear the banjos in the woods just like I did. So
We can't afford banjos. We have sticks. Whack, whack.
nice.
Hey, hey.
Here we go. Nice timing again. Thank you.
It is.
Really strapped.
Now we're gonna keep our side plate this time.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah. You can put that on that little.
Do you want the rest of this?
Nope, and we're gonna leave that because she's gonna love the cilantro on there. It's very subtle.
Oh,
You want to just put that on here?
yeah, I really do.
Yeah. There
Oh,
we go.
but I want to save that for Renee because she's a tahini monster.
So what I have for you is a green coconut curry mussels. I wish I could take credit for this, but this is done by my lovely sous chef Rosie. And so we
thanks,
have this
Rosie.
nice green curry coconut cream sauce with Spring Island mussels, and a little bit of fresh cilantro. And then we have some freshly baked focaccia to go with it.
Renee loves cilantro, so that worked out perfectly that we had cilantro in almost every course.
Sensing sarcasm.
Oh, yes, that's what you're sensing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so here we have the 2021 50th Parallel Gewürztraminer.
Thank you.
You're going to get aromas of mango, banana, rose, and ginger.
Ooh, beautiful.
And flavors of passion fruit and tropical melon.
Thank
Perfect.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Just a collection over here on the side, hey? Hope this isn't on camera on this side.
No,
Perfect.
Renee says you're safe with all your
I
safe
am perfect.
bevies.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh. That's so beautiful. That's summertime.
Just a patio sipper.
No kidding.
And Gewürztraminer in the Valley used to be 20 years ago. They would all taste the same.
Yes, true.
Everything was like cloyingly sweet, almost Ehrenfelser like.
Yeah, super sweet with lychee notes. Lychee melon.
So now this here is going to create a little bit of a mess. So we're just going
Oh
to
yeah,
tuck,
you don't say.
tuck a couple.
A little mess. Ooh.
But our sous chef Rosie, who is she's a master at curries, and she does
Oh.
so many wonderful things.
Let go, you little sucker. You're better at extraction than I am. Wow, wow. That's beautiful.
Lemongrass and ginger, coconut, and dairy-free.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Not cilantro-free.
I love cilantro. Can't get enough of it. Num, 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 num. And this is ginger, isn't it? So smart to make just little threads of ginger. Because ginger can...
Until people are convinced that
Punch
there's
you.
a hair in their dish.
No,
it's
it's
ginger.
ginger. Yeah, what other foods look like hair? Sometimes sprouts.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always that balancing act of trying to find the way to get the flavor forward without the component itself being perceived as something else.
Right, yeah.
So,
Or something just too much because it's a delicately flavored thing. And so it just, real estate it occupies.
that's right.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow.
And then, of course, a little bit of bread to break with and dip.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Is there a polite way to run bread through sauce on your plate?
Not really. But that's the nice thing about sharing with friends. Because it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, good thing we're friends.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Okay, so I have one more weirdly personal question. You ready? So Renee likes one really odd flavor combination.
Okay.
Flavor and texture. I tried it and I like it too. I'm not going to ask you if you have tried the exact same thing. I will just use this as an example and a vulnerable share about something weird that I like.
Okay.
And then I want to know something weird that you like.
Okay.
Like a flavor, something that you put together that most people would not think to do it. So what Renee and I like is freshly toasted bread, put peanut butter on it, and sliced dill pickles.
Oh, wow.
It's
that's
amazing.
That's a balance thing.
It's a balance thing, yeah. It's the
Absolutely.
texture, and it's the acidity, and the creaminess,
and the savoriness, and all the things.
It's all the things. It's amazing.
And there's crunch.
And there's
so
crunch.
texture.
It's all the bits.
Absolutely.
So
See,
do you have a
I,
secret weird thing?
strangely enough, yes. And it does involve peanut butter
Oh, okay.
and sharp cheese.
Okay. How are you doing this?
Well, usually I'd put it on a Triscuit.
Yeah.
So crunch, blue cheese, peanut butter.
Blue cheese and peanut butter.
I know, weird, but sharp, savory,
Yes.
a little bit sweet, crunchy, salty.
How do you think it would go if you drizzled a little bit of fig balsamic or something like that?
Absolutely,
over it?
or
Honey even.
pomegranate molasses, or
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
I'm gonna play with your weird Triscuit
Yes.
business.
Don't tell my wife though; she hates it when I mix
Does
peanut
she?
butter and blue cheese. It's like,
Has she tried it?
nope, because she
Shelley?
thinks it's weird.
Shelley, embrace the weird.
She has for 31 years, so
Okay, you've done your time. You can skip the Triscuit.
exactly.
Respect, woman.
Yes. God bless her.
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and sharing your gorgeous menu bits.
Thank you. That
And
was-
your family in a weird, not here way.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm sure once they see this, they'll be glad they weren't here. So.
Okay, so this is one of the Okanagan's favorite restaurants, and thank you for tuning in with us. Have a great day. Bye.